Hi there, fellow primates. I hope this video finds you well on yet another sunny Friday afternoon. Today's going to be a short video, and despite the sunny weather, a bit contemplative today, and I'm not alone in this, of course. The tragic happenings in Ukraine this week, absolutely devastating events to these poor innocent people, makes you, reassess your own life and count your own blessings, and being unbelievably grateful that you don't have to worry about bombs falling on your house or not being able to think and say what you want to think and say. So yeah, I've been a bit ponderous this week, and even though my life I've been blessed with many blessings, I'm privileged to be able to do a job that I absolutely love, and to be able to think and say and write whatever I want to think and say and write. This week went to the museum several times, which was lovely, catching up with colleagues like these two characters here. In the middle is Greg Edgecombe. He's a married researcher in the museum and a complete lover of anything to do with arthropods. And next to him is Roberto Portela Miguez. He's the senior curator in charge of mammals in the museum. So we went for a post-work drink that lasted for 6 hours, but we had a lot to catch up on, which was lovely. Other good things in my life are very small, for which I'm grateful. I've got a robin in my garden, and every time I come out with my container of mealworms, it comes down from the tree, where it's often singing very loudly. And then when it's on the ground, I've noticed, it changes its song to sort of a softer chirping, which it continues to do on the ground as it sits quite near me, but a very different type of song. And I did a bit of looking online to see if there was anything known about robins changing their song when they're on the ground. Perhaps they do it more softly because they don't want to be caught by predators. But I like to imagine and fantasize it's talking to me. So that gives me great joy as well. And I enjoy recording these videos every week. But, since I'm a bit contemplative, I've been thinking how and if I should continue with these. Because tomorrow it will be exactly 3 months since I started this channel. And I have since recorded 14 videos on a range of scientific topics. And of course, this is a channel dedicated to an experiment in science outreach. I've talked about salamander sex, I've talked about human pheromones, about venom evolution. I've given a sneak preview of my forthcoming book. I've given you the do's and don'ts of what I think are the do's and don'ts of scientific writing. And I would quite like to continue with this, but it's not an unsubstantial investment of time and effort. It does take time to prepare and record these videos. And so this week, for instance, I read 4 papers. One on Darwin, sexual selection and the brain. I read an article about the relationship between biological classifications and the evolutionary reality that it's trying to capture. Read a paper on the importance of hypothesis testing with statistics and the use and abuse of p-values, very interesting and important if you're a scientist, and a paper on the history of phylogenetics as well. And I'm thinking, well, I could do a video on each of these topics, which, might be interesting. It's certainly interesting to me, but, I don't know if it's interesting to you, dear viewer. Your interests are inscrutable to me, and perhaps, that's inescapable, because what you're interested in is personal, and people's interests range indefinitely across the spectrum of things you can talk about. So I'm thinking, well, should I continue with these videos as I have, or should I change the format? Should I maybe do it only once every 2 weeks? Should I make my videos longer? And you probably go, no fucking way, don't do that, because I can see in the stats that not everybody gets to the end. Okay, well, shall I make them shorter then? Should I not talk about random topics that I find interesting, but perhaps focus with a series of videos on particular themes and explore those in a bit more depth? Should I not just look at papers that I find interesting and good, but also sometimes select papers that I think are not so good and, ritually sacrifice those on the altar of criticism? I don't know. So I'm sort of curious what you think, what my viewers think. If you have, any comments on what you think I'm doing is okay or shit, you have suggestions of what you would like to see changed, or you're just happy the way it is, drop me a comment. Put a comment on this video. It will help me decide how and if to continue with these videos. or drop me an email. That's fine too. You don't have to write a long essay. Just looking for a little bit of an echo of my efforts in the world to see if it is landing properly and whether it's worth my time, but more importantly, worth your time as well. Anyway, so yeah, that's it. A very short video today. I can't make it longer anyway. I've had a busy week. And in 11 minutes, I need to join what can only be described the best possible activity you want to be engaged in on a Sunday, Friday afternoon. Namely, to join a very large online management committee meeting of an enormous professional network where for 2 hours you will have to sit and listen to people talk in monotone and approve new rules and regulations. Yay, that's going to be good fun. So I hope that your Friday afternoon is going to be a bit more interesting. Stay well, stay safe. I hope to see you again next week. And seriously, if you have any thoughts, any comments on the little videos I do that could help me decide how to shape videos in the future, that would be most welcome. Criticisms included, as long as they are constructive, because I can find out where you live. So have a good Friday, enjoy your weekend, and see you next time. Bye bye.